When you think of fighting games, who is the first person to pop into your head? There's icons such as Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Scorpion, and Kazuya, among countless others. There are many different fighting game series, all with their own diverse and memorable casts. In this video, I wanted to talk about my personal favorite fighters, with a couple caveats. Characters have to originate from a fighting video game, so no licensed characters like Spider-Man or most of the characters from Dragon Ball FighterZ. Another rule is that I'm sticking to one character per franchise. Alright, let's do it.
Scorpion wins. Fatality.
I'll be upfront and say that I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan. I enjoy the games on a casual level and enjoy playing with close friends. That being said, Scorpion has always had a unique charm to me. He's an undead ninja who can control flames and teleport. He's got blades and this cool chain that can tag you from across the screen. He's a reliable, easy to pick up character that's always fun to play. Scorpion also has this tragic backstory of having his entire clan killed by his eternal rival Sub-Zero. When the Mortal Kombat movie came out back in 2021, his introduction with Sub-Zero was easily the best part of the film. I'd actually pay money to see a prequel film of him just doing ninja stuff. Please, Warner Brothers. His placement on the list is more a reflection of my overall playtime with Mortal Kombat as a whole. Overall, a great character and fitting to start off this top 10 list. Be honest, Soul Calibur was an awakening for a lot of gamers. When I was really little, my mom used to drag me to my local Chinese laundromat. I remember seeing a Soul Calibur cabinet for the first time. I was amazed by its 3D combat, colorful environments, and realistic physics. Ivy has a cool backstory, being directly tied to the series' signature weapon, Soul Edge, through the actions of her father, Cervantes. She's effectively immortal and has her own signature blade called Snake Sword. It's effectively a bladed whip that can zone you out if used correctly. She also leans into her dominatrix theme with some of her voice lines.
Well, aren't we cheeky? All right then. I swear I will tear you apart. Your punishment will be quite severe. This place shall be your grave.
Ivy walked so Bayonetta could run. Ivy Valentine is easily the most memorable fighter in the entire Soul Calibur cast for me. Similar to the previous entry, her position mostly comes from Soul Calibur not being one of my most played games. If there's another Soul Calibur announced, I can see her moving up higher on the list. But for now, 9 suits her best.
Still haven't transcended humanity, huh? You lack discipline.
You haven't transcended your humanity. You've thrown it away.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Akuma is arguably the coolest character in the Street Fighter franchise. His very first appearance is him no-diffing Bison in Super Street Fighter II Turbo. That's how you make an entrance. Since then, he's been a mainstay in the franchise, acting like a dark mirror for the series' protagonist Ryu. At least I would say that if he wasn't blatantly superior. He has all the typical Shoto protagonist staples, fireballs, uppercuts, tornado kicks, with his own unique twists. He can shoot fireballs in the air, zoom across the screen really fast, and of course, the Raging Demon. That move is arguably the coolest finishing move in fighting games. Though I'm not the biggest Street Fighter fan, Akuma has saved my skin in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. He's so dangerous that he has to have low health to balance him. That's why he takes the number 8 spot. Morrigan is an example of a single character being more popular than the series that spawned them. Hailing from the neglected Darkstalker series, Morrigan is a battle-hungry succubus looking for a good time. She plays like a typical Shoto character, sans the hurricane kick, though she does have her own gimmicks. She can shoot midair and even has a primary lotus. Just like Akuma, I used her way more in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. She can shoot multiple lasers with her hyper combo, and her anti-air assist has always been clutch. My only gripe with the character is that she overshadows the other Darkstalker characters too much. Seriously, we need John Talbane for the crossover series. Overall, she's a great fighter, and God bless her for her tights.
かかっておいでベイビー
King.
さあ行くよここだはいここださっさとかかってきな
King might be her stage name, but she's nothing short of a queen. That sounded cooler in my head. Making her debut in SNK's Art of Fighting series, King is a French Muay Thai fighter who acts as a bartender and a bar owner. She's a zoning character that can shoot fireballs from her feet. My favorite move of hers is a trap shot, especially in the earlier games. She kicks so fast that it sounds like she's shooting a machine gun. King has saved me more times than I can count in the KOF series, and in Capcom vs. SNK 2. She's one of the most reliable anchor characters to use when in a pinch. That's why she takes the number 6 spot. Alright, this is where the list might be a little bit weird due to a rule that I had where it's only one fighter per franchise. Both Ash and King are both featured in the KOF series, with King being playable in the original KOF 94. As mentioned previously, however, King made her debut in another series, Art of Fighting, that is going to get its own little comeback after City of the Wolves wraps up. Ash has only ever been in KOF, making his debut in 2003, so I figured what the hell. Ash Crimson and I are a lot alike. We were both born on Valentine's Day, love the color green, are sassier than most men, and have admittedly girly fingernails. Ash Crimson was the first charge character I learned to enjoy. His fighting style is listed as self-taught, but to me it's the art of flipping the other person off. Literally. He can work as a standard zoning character, but the real damage comes from his Sans Coulette install, where he can combo you to death. I was never able to use it, but still, it looks cool. He is the third protagonist in the KOF franchise, and was somewhat controversial at the time for actively being a villain. At least that's what he wanted us to believe. Ash also had the coolest teammates with Shenwu, Duolong, Oswald, and Betty. Like King, Ash Crimson is a great anchor character, and that's why he made the top 5.
I didn't want to use this, but... Restriction 666 released. Dimensional interruption imaginary number formed. Azure Grimoire? Activated! Take this, you son of a bitch!
I'll never not be pissed that BlazBlue Central Fiction never got dubbed. Arc System Works is a fighting game GOAT, worthy to stand alongside Capcom and SNK. But this will always hurt. BlazBlue was my first serious fighting game, so I hold it in high regard, even with its ridiculous plotline. While Ragna might look like a Dante ripoff, he's much more nuanced than that. He's a big brother, an outcast, a rebel, and a selfless hero. He carries with him the Azure Grimoire, a device that can drain soul energy and summon parts of an entity known as the Black Beast. He fights to stop Terami, the monster responsible for destroying his family. Ragna is the typical angsty anime punk protagonist, though in the BlazBlue universe, he's really the straight man to everyone else's crazy. Ragnar is a rushdown character that can steal health from his opponents. He doesn't have any projectiles, but many of his moves carry him forward. Ragnar was the character that made me get serious about fighting games as a whole. He's also a hellish opponent in the score attack mode of the first game. Overall, Ragnar is goated, and if you haven't played BlazBlue, go out and play it.
I'll be sure to make it quick.
How did you get this strong? This fast?
When we last angled, I wasn't even at half power. I'd like to actually try this time, if that's okay. So let's set the table. It's time to eat!
Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of the greatest games of all time. Part of that is the debut of Android 21, an original character designed by Akira Toriyama himself. Since FighterZ was heavily inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom, it would be fair to say that 21 is the Dragon Ball version of Rogue. She can copy the abilities of her opponent after landing a command grab, giving her a lot more tools to work with than most characters. She's primarily a rushdown character, but she has some good zoning tools that can mix up her offense. I love 21 because she's a cool twist of both Majin Buu and Cell. 21 has been on my team for the longest alongside Hit. This entry also includes her lab coat version that was added later in the game's lifecycle. This version was really busted when she came out. While she couldn't steal abilities like the OG, she was more than compensated for the loss. She still had a command grab and even a super version that could permanently nerf a character for the rest of the match. She had this 360 spin to win move that could go through projectiles and beat Vanish. This isn't even talking about the multitude of low attacks and zoning tools she has. It was so bad that they actually had to ban her from tournaments until she was patched. Controversy aside, Android 21 was met with overwhelming positive reception. She was even added to canon thanks to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Always hated that name. She makes the top 3 for being a memorable addition to the franchise I love. Now on to the top 2.
Hey, come on! It's time to get serious! This legendary wolf is gonna show you the ropes! Terry Bogard.
Hey, get ready!
If you made it this far into the video, I've got to ask. Seriously, Terry Bogard is one of the most badass characters in fighting game history. He's probably the only character who can truly rival Ryu in terms of being an icon for the genre. Terry got his start in the Fatal Fury franchise, which is known for its deeper focus on the story when compared to its contemporaries at the time. Terry and his brother Andy were orphans growing up on the streets of Southtown. They were adopted by a martial artist, Jeff Bogard, who taught them how to fight. Unfortunately, Jeff was killed by a crime lord and professional weeb, Geese Howard. Terry swears vengeance on Geese and spends the next decade training on the streets to defeat him. Despite his revenge story, Terry is upbeat, personable, and always looking for a good challenge. Terry even adopts Geese's son after his death at the end of Fatal Fury. Terry is a pseudo-shuro with his gameplay being similar to Ryu's, but with unique twists. His fireball stays on the ground, his crack shoot moves in a vertical angle, and his dragon punch is a charge move. While Terry has always been popular, he's seen a boost in popularity thanks to his guest appearance in games like Smash Bros. Ultimate and Street Fighter VI. No matter what game Terry is in, he'll throw some serious hands. Honestly, Terry could have been number 1 on this list. It was a really tough choice, but there was one fighter whose presence could not be ignored. That's right, I have 2 characters named King on the same list, though they're completely different from each other. King isn't the main protagonist from the Tekken series, though you can make an argument for him being the most popular character. His iconic jaguar mask coupled with realistic growls and roars just leaves an amazing first impression. King is my favorite grappler in any fighting game. He has a heartwarming backstory being the owner of an orphanage and wanting to be a positive role model for kids. He has 2 incarnations, the first appearing in the first 2 installments before being killed by Ogre in Tekken 3. King 2 then takes on the mantle for the rest of the series and is trained by the original's rival, Armor King. King might not be in the center of the Mishima blood feud, but his own stories are always entertaining. In combat, King lives up to his title. He has a gigantic arsenal of moves that can give him a tool for any situation. As a grappler, his throw game is unrivaled. In the lower ranks, his chain throws can make health bars melt like butter. Even without the grabs, he's still a force to be reckoned with. In Tekken 8, King is at his most powerful, with the heat system and new moves like Jaguar Sprint. King will always have a special place in my heart. He's the first character I entered a tournament with, and even made a combo video for. He easily stands at the top of this list. Who are your favorite fighting game characters? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. You can also check out my live streams. I regularly stream on Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. and on Sundays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you.